Hello friends, welcome to MeritHub. My name is Buddhadev Pal. I am a student of mechanical engineering. Those students are preparing for SSC JE, RRB JE and different types of state AE JE on the basis of mechanical engineering. Lesson is very important for those students because in this session I discuss the previous year questions of the strength of material. Already I discussed the two classes. If you're not watching the previous classes, you go through the playlist on my channel. So new viewers and the new students, please subscribe my channel. If the session is helpful, please like and comment on the channel on this video. Okay, let's start the question number 51. Inversion of a mechanism is changing of the higher pair to lower pair obtained by fixing different link in a kinematic chain, turning its upside obtained by reversing the input and the output motion. B is the answer. Fixed different mechanism can be obtained by fixing different links of the same बाप रे, फिर नेटवर्क इशू क्यों हो रहा है? What is the spherical pair? Ball and the socket joint, automobile mirror position system, pin strand, knee and the joint. Sliding pair, prismatic pair, relative motion, sliding, and the rectangular rod of the rectangular hole, piston cylinder. The screw wear is the relative motion, turning as well as the sliding motion. Nut and bolt, screw jack, lead screw and the nut or the lathe. Those are the screw pair. Next question, friends. The motion of a rotating shaft in footstep bearing consists between the elements of the kinematic pair: successfully constant motion, completely constant motion, incomplete constant motion, unsuccessfully constant motion. If anybody in the live, please comment the answer if you know. Nobody in the live, so I tell the answer. It is the successfully constant motion. Let's check the explanation. uh, is a successfully constant motion when the motion between the elements forming a pair is the such that the constant motion is not completed by itself, but some of the other means, then the motion is said to be the successfully constant motion, like footstep bearing, piston cylinder arrangement, IC engine shearing, and the footstep bearing. This type of bearing, if we applied the load, this is the in the steady position. This is the successfully constant motion, footstep bearing. Next question: match the list 1 and the list 2 and the select the correct answer using the codes given below the lists. Quadric cycle chain, a single slider crank chain, double slider crank chain, and cross slider crank chain. लिस्ट टू में है इलेक्ट्रिकल टर्मिनल, रेपेंशन स्लाइड, Ackerman steering, eccentric mechanism, pendulum pump. Double slider crank, we know that double slider crank is the elliptical terminal, is created the elliptical terminal. So C is 1. If you eliminate the option in the, if you know the did not know the others option, you can eliminate this option. Here C is 1, यहाँ पे नहीं है, यहाँ पे नहीं है, यहाँ पे नहीं है, so D is the correct answer. Quadric cycle chain, the Ackerman steering, the 4 link and the 4 turning pair. Remember it. uh, this question also come there many times in the exams. Ackerman steering, the quadric cycle chain, there is the 4 links and the 4 turning pairs. Sliding, single slider crank chain is the pendulum pump, 3 turning pair and the 1 sliding pair. Double slider crank chain, elliptical terminal, two turning and the two sliding pairs, cross slider, crank chain, Repson, Repson slide. Next question, friends. Dash cannot be classified as the inversion of a single crank mechanism. Dash cannot be classified in the inversion of the single crank mechanism. Single crank. Which showed quick return mechanism, crank and the slotted lever mechanism, oscillating cylinder engine, elliptical terminal is a double slider crank mechanism. There is a some single slider crank mechanism. The fast inversion is a reciprocating engine, reciprocating compressor, second inversion, and what's odd quick return mechanism, rotary engine, third inversion, oscillating cylinder engine, crank and the throttle lever mechanism. Elliptical terminal is the fast inversion of the double slider crank chain. Next question. The mechanical advantage of a lifting machine is the ratio of distance moved by the effort to the distance moved by the load. Mechanical advantage MA equal to distance moved by the effort by the distance moved by the load lifted to the load applied, out output to input. All of these. I think all of these are the answer. Let's check the answer. Sorry, I am wrong. Load lifted to the load applied. This is the velocity ratio. This is the mechanical advantage. The mechanical advantage of a lifting machine is the ratio of the load lifted to the effort applied. Mechanical advantage equal to output force by the input force. Next, consider the following pairs of the parts: pair of the gear in mesh, belt and the pulley, cylinder and the piston, cam and follower. Those are the higher pair. Anybody in life? No. Okay. The pair of the gear in mesh. Yes, is the line of the point contact. So it is a higher pair. It's a higher pair, belt and pulley, cylinder and the piston. On the cam and follower. Cam and follower is the higher pair. mm, Higher pair, belt and pulley. Which type belt is not given, so this is not taken because the surface contact हो सकता है. Cylinder and the piston cylinder sliding हो रहा है, so 1 and the 4 is the answer. A. Sorry, all are the higher pair. um, Sorry, हायर पेयर इज द लाइन ऑफ द पॉइंट कॉन्टैक्ट. यहाँ पे बोल देना चाहिए था कौन सा बेल्ट है. इफ आई टेक द फ्लैट बेल्ट, this is not a point contact. Okay, so if I take the V weld, then this is the point contact. uh, ठीक है. Generally take the belt and the pulley in the higher pair, and the pair of the gear means cam and follower through lower pair. Here of the surface contact, the like cylinder and the piston. Consider the following statements: cross the head and the guides from the sliding pair, ball and the socket joint constitute a turning pair, lead screw of a lathe from a helical pair. Among these, the statements are the correct. cross head and the guides of a sliding, the cross head and guide, cross head and the guide, the sliding pair, ball and socket joint are the turning pair, no spherical pair, ball and socket. A lead screw of a lathe from a helical pair. Yes, 1 and 3 is the answer. Cross head of the guide, the sliding pair, lead screw of the lathe is the helical pair, and the ball and the socket joint is the spherical pair. Define a machine in a terms of its basic objective. A device to transfer the load to source, a device to transfer and the transform the motion and the force from the source to load, a device to transform force, device transform the force used to transfer force. V is the answer. A device to transfer and the transform the motion and the force from the source to the load. Here the explanation. A machine is a device to transfer the motion and the force from the source to load. If a force is applied at one point and the simple machine transmit to its another point with a convenient change of the magnitude and the direction. Friends, question number 60. Which of the following is pair is not and the example of the lower pair? Prismatic pair, helical and the cylindrical pair, uh, revolute pair and the rolling ball on the flat surface. Rolling ball on a flat surface, this is the point contact. This is the higher pair. Revolute pair or turning pair is the lower pair. Prismatic pair is the lower pair. Helical and the cylindrical pair is a lower pair. Next question, friends. Which of the following links does not undergo any deformation while the transmitting motion? Rigid link, flexible link, resistance link, fluid link. A is a rigid link. Next question. If W is the weight to be lifted and the P is the effort applied, uh, the velocity ratio equal to velocity ratio equal W by P, capital D by small d, capital D by small d. Acha, that is the shaft. Power equal to diameter of the pulley by the diameter of the shaft. This is the answer. Next question. The study of dash provides the knowledge of the inertia force from the joint effect of the mass and the motion of the components. Applied mechanics, kinetics, dynamics, theory of machines. Study of dash provide the knowledge of the inertia force from the joint effects of the mass and motion. Applied mechanics, theory of machine. Kinetics, it is the branch of the dynamic which deals with the bodies in the motion due to the application of the forces. Kinematics, it is the branch of the dynamic which deals with the bodies in the motion without taking into the account the forces which are the responsible for the motion. Next question. A machine can lift it load 3000 with the help of the 250 Newton effort. The equal to mechanical advantage equal to uh, load lifted by the effort. 300 divided by 250. 6. B is the answer. Let's check. A is the answer. What? Okay, okay, sorry. I calculation is wrong. 0, 0, 25, 1, and 2, 20, 2, 12 is the answer. I mistake is the calculation. Next question. Ackerman steering gear consists of, friends comment this question because in this question I discuss sometimes ago. Anybody in life? No. Okay, not a problem. This is the turning pair. This is four turning pairs is Ackerman uh, steering gear. The Ackerman steering gear consisting of the turning pair only. Those have the less wearing. It's fulfill the fundamental equation of the correct gearing at the middle and the two extreme position. The steering gear has the sliding pairs, which means more friction and the more wear. If the fulfills the fundamental equation of the gearing in the all position. What is the what is the number of possible inversion of the mechanism having the n number of links, and the inversion number of links equal n or less than n? In a safer machine, the mechanism for the tool feed is Geneva mechanism, ratchet and the Powell mechanism, Watt mechanism, or with earth mechanism is used in the safer machine. Hydraulic slotted lever mechanism, hydraulic safer machine, automatic table feed them. Next question: the number of the degree of freedom for the arrangement. For this arrangement, what is the degree of freedom? In the formula of the degree of freedom, DOF equal to 3 into n minus 1 minus 2j minus h, where j is the number of joint turning lower turning pair or number of the joint, and the h is the higher pair. N is the number of the link. What is the number of the link in this? One link, two link, three link, and it is a one link, four link. This is a one link, five link. Number of link 5, n equal to 5. So 5 minus 1 is 4, 4 12 minus 2 into j, number of joint, how many joint, is the relative motion is occur. So this is a joint, one joint, this is a joint, two joint, this is a joint, three joint, this is a four joint, five joint, six joint. Number of joint 6, 6 into 2 into 12. 12. There is the number of higher pair, no higher number of the higher pair, no number of the higher pair. So degree of freedom is 0. Let's check. Yes, here is the calculation also, degree of freedom is 0. Next question: which is the kinematic inversion of the double slider chain, elliptical terminal, squash yoke, the old arms coupling, all the above? तीनों ही जो है ना, those three are the kinematic inversion of the double slider crank chain. So D is the answer. All of the above is the correct. Guys, next question. A universal joint is the example of the lower pair, higher pair, the rolling pair, and the sliding pair. Universal joint is the roller pair or lower pair. Universal joint of the hooks joint is the example of the lower pair because there is a surface contact. In a kinematic pair, if the element have the surface contact when the motion, the surface contact is the lower pair. A universal joint is the example of the kinematic pair, the named as the lower pair. Before one question, I discuss this question. Next question: if two elements of the pair have the surface contact during the relative motion, then the such pair is known as pair has the surface contact. This is the lower pair. Which of the following paths is traced by the point on the connecting link of a double slider crank mechanism? Uh, Parabolic path, circular path, elliptical path, straight line path, elliptical path. It's create the elliptical terminal. Next question. Of the kinematic linkage below the number of degree of freedom, find this fixture of the degree of freedom. Degree of freedom equal to 3 into n minus 1 minus 2j minus h. So there is no higher pair, so h. Um, Number of link: 1 link, 2 link, 3 link, 4 link, 5 link, 6, 7, 8 links. Number of link is 8. 8 minus 1 is 7. 7 into 3 21 minus number of the joint where the relative motion is occur. This is a 1 joint, 2 joint, this is 3 joint, 4 joint. Number 5 joint, 6 joint, 7 joint, 8 joint, 9 joint. There is a 2 joint, 9 joint or 1 joint, 10 joint. Number of joint is 10. There is 2. No 2 number of joint. 10. 10 is to 2. 10 is to 2, 20. 21 minus 20, so number of degree of freedom is 1. Degree of freedom is 1. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you new my channel, please subscribe and on the bell icon on the notification to get the new updates on the new classes. Thank you.